Hello and welcome to Chess Please. My name is Andy and today we're going to be talking about freestyle chess. So freestyle chess, if you haven't heard of it, is chess with a bit of a twist whereby rather than the old tried and trusted accumulation of pieces like this where they line up in a very specific spot, freestyle chess is that same game where those starting positions are jumbled around and you get a random one for each game that you play. It's called Chess 960 in some circles because there are 960 potential variations with a few stipulations involved of where you can place the pieces, but largely you can jumble up this whole back rank of pieces. They're thrown at you and your opponent who get the same assemblage of pieces and you just have to go from there. And this game has brought a huge amount of appeal to some of the top rated players in the world, including Magnus Carlsen, Hikaru Nakamura, and world champion Gukesh, because this form of chess helps to kind of steer away from the sometimes stodgy, sometimes overly studied openings of the classic format. Now, I do still love the classic format, but it can be nice to mix things up, and Chess 960 or freestyle chess is a great way to just test out your positional understanding, your tactical understanding, without having to rely on 10-20 moves of deep opening preparation, because there's just simply too much to study in this, this jumbled up fashion. So let's jump into a game and see what Chess 960 is all about. There is currently a freestyle chess world championship, or a pretty big tournament going on in Germany at the moment. And again, many of the world's greatest players are playing there. Looking at the setup, this is actually not that different to the original setup, although we do have the queens over here in the corner, which makes me think that I kind of just want to push my f-pawn. Normally you never play the f-pawn until you've castled, and you can castle in this game. It just works a little weirdly. We might see it in practice here, but I don't see anything wrong with getting our queen free and putting some immediate pressure on that square. It's of course defended, but we just file that away for later. Likewise, I think this knight starts where he starts, so there's no real trouble there. I think we're going to crack open the center because we got a rook already centrified, and we saw this, so we don't really mind this because we can just do this. That's fine. Now we've got a rook in a nice awkward position, but we also have the king wide open, cracked open like an egg, as he might be, and we have our queen opened up already to capitalize on that. Our standard knight on b1 there, he's just going to come to his standard square there on c3. And I think I would like to drop the knight or the rook back. Is that true? It's probably true. Actually, let's make a threat. Let's make a threat against this pawn. Again, the knight is defending, but in this game, things can go awry pretty quickly. Just going to try and box out this knight here. Our knight can develop like this. Again, I'm making this up on the fly. There could well be some crazy blunders that are happening, or a lot of the time you find that a lot of hanging pieces don't get taken because you just don't necessarily have the same awareness of where pieces are on the board if they don't start where you're used to them. Now. This feels a little risky, but the alternatives do too. Actually, here's what we'll do. Bush. Get ready to develop our bishop. Defend that. The principles are the same. The principles are all the same. Get your pieces out. Defend your pieces. Do what you need to do. But it's simply the... Ooh, do we sacrifice here? No, we don't. I'm so tempted to sacrifice every single game of every single format of chess. But we do develop because we can still castle pretty normally here. It is going to be a queenside castle, so you see the way our opponent has done it. They didn't start in their normal position. They didn't move the way a normal king castling this side would. Let's even just do it ourselves, because if we castle here, it just works like a queenside castle. So normal rules of castling apply, but your king and your rook might not necessarily start on the squares that align with the normal castling function. That's a pretty mealy-mouthed description of how castling works in this game, but you get it. You get it. I trust you. Do we know that this is about my 4th game of Freestyle Chess? So again, glaring errors abound, I'm sure. Do we want to give up our bishop? I think we do. It is defended, so we don't even need to. We don't need to worry about that. That rook looks pretty uncomfortable there. We'll have to come up here, which isn't so bad. We technically don't have to react because we've got 2 defenders and it's attacked twice, but it's a little weird. It's a little weird. But maybe we do just take the time to get developed. This doesn't really work because they can just move up here. We don't really have a great follow-up. You know what? I think we will just develop. We'll just develop because I don't see a benefit in trading here and just letting them double their rooks here. I don't see a benefit in doing this. Tucking back might have been okay, but you know, tucking back was probably the thing. That's alright. We're just going to take here. That seems like they didn't realize it was being defended. So it ended up being the right move to to just let them initiate those trades and lose track of a lateral rook who has no right being there, if we're being honest. This early in the game, that weird a square, it's a very understandable overlook to be like, why would a rook be just plonked here on a4 in the very early-ish stages of the game? Now, let's get our rook onto a better square, and if they want to take the bait and trade, more power to them. Again, we don't want to go absolutely trade bananas here. But again, want to keep developing. That looks like a good square. They're gonna double here, but we can just drop back and it's fine. And our queen is still pretty free reigny. Might have been worth taking one of them first, but don't really mind. Also, don't see a huge threat here. And particularly if we do this. Could have just taken him straight away. And then it gets a little complicated. Would have had to block. We take here, they take, we take, they take, we block. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. Queen can then just storm on in here. Yeah, I missed that this was free, but I don't really mind. Now, if it's only one of them, well, that's fair. I say let's infiltrate. It does kind of remind me, and this is not a disparaging sense, it's actually something I kind of miss. It reminds me of playing chess when I wasn't that good at chess. Not that I'm like class now, but I'm pretty good. Because you do just have to figure everything out on the fly. It's all first principle stuff, which is really cool. It's really fun. It reminds me more of playing like a war simulation game where you're like, oh, I want to move my troops, I want to advance my troops. It brings a little bit more of the strategy back into it, weirdly, despite maybe having a little less know-how about how to build a strategy. It's a fun tweak. Again, just the deeply calcified patterns that I have of playing chess the normal way do mean I prefer the normal stuff, but this is a good variation, which is all it has to be. Free to play, by the way. All chess is free to play, really. I have a chess.com account and I pay for that, but that's because I like some of the stuff they do. Our opponent has stepped away from the game. It's an abandonment. I guess they didn't like that we were bringing the heat, and yeah, it's a pity because, well, I think we would have really had them on the ropes there. Let's play one more. Let's play one more now that you've got the principles, and we're gonna have a completely different game. So it's not gonna really resemble this game, and we'll see if we can. We'll see how we can do. If we win this game, we'll hang up our boots. If we lose this, I probably will want to end on a winning balance. So, is this the exact same setup? Not quite, but it looks really similar. This might be the exact same setup. That's crazy. Does it work like that? I hope not. Anyway, on with the game. Well, we know what to do here in this case. This is just completely undermined everything I just said about Chess 960. We are playing the very same variation that we have played before. Bishop comes out here. Here we block with the bishop. Yeah, it's the exact same. It's the exact same. Is that how it's supposed to be? I don't think so. But that seems vanishingly small odds that this happened twice in a row. I don't know what to tell you guys, folks. Yeah. Well, listen, let's use our advantage here in knowing that. Yeah, we might park ourselves a rook here, build some pressure here. Again, even within this same variation, this is only the second time I've ever played this variant, so yeah, already move two. It's a little bit different. And as such, well, maybe we can do a kind of like an Alpen. No, it's Alpen. What am I talking about? Talking as though I know what I'm talking about, which is perilous. Madness lies that way. But listen, I don't hate blocking this guy in. I don't hate bullying this guy around. Queen here could be okay. Knight here looks great, actually. This lad's getting straight bullied. Because I'll take that trade. I'll take that trade 10 times out of 10. Knight, oh, see? Knight back there. I mean, this is defended. We could probably do this. Seems a little weird, but we're kind of preparing to push here and just cave in their defenses. I can't remember what Grandmaster said it, but basically, yeah, chess is more fun when you're attacking, and in general, you're playing better when you're attacking. It's, if you make a mistake attacking, c'est la vie. I don't think that works. I don't think that works at all. Also, I don't think that works at all. Why get a pawn? We can just get a knight. This is also going to be a double attack. That's going to be pretty tricky to defend. Things are going well. Things are going well here. We have that. We have the advantage of having played this position before. But it looks like we're going to pick up either the knight or the pawn. The pawn with check or the knight without. Either way, not so shabby. Yeah, it's all going well. Again, we still, if they try, well, they can't because we blocked in the bishop. So immediately, the benefits of having played a position before are espoused here. Also, Fabio Caruana, because I did mention that there is that big freestyle chess tournament going on in Germany at the moment. Fabio Caruana did say something along the lines of like, if you play 4 games of, well, that's a good move actually. But do we want to trade queens already? Take. Not really, to be honest with you. But knight out here looks good. Just keep developing the pieces. Yeah, Fabiano Caruana said you play 4 games of Chess 960 every day over the course of, I don't know, a couple of years. Which again, these are professional chess players; they can afford to do that, or they have a vested interest in doing so. Then you can kind of get familiar with each of the starting positions. It's not a stupidly big number that you kind of have to dedicate your life to it, especially if you know the basics of chess. But an interesting thought that it's, despite the 960 different games of chess that you can have, it's still attainable. Let's just keep developing. Let's just keep developing. No harm in it. Now that there is harm now. There's a little bit of harm because our queen and our king are aligned. I don't like that at all. So I think we're gonna do this because then we've got 1, 2, 3, and then we've got 1, 2, 3. Okay. It's a little no, because that's not gonna work, is it? Okay. Have we maybe slipped up a little here? Yeah, the castling long again worked a little hinkily. Yeah, they've got 3 attackers. We've got 3 defenders. If we do this, knight takes. No, it doesn't even have to be knight takes. It can just be bishop takes here. Listen, if we're gonna lose the pawn, let's lose it while developing a piece. So we're not as firmly in the driver's seat as we might have liked. There's maybe a question to just trade off that exchange, given that we are up a piece for now. But I don't think that's necessary just yet. Okay, cool. Understood. What's fun about this is it threatens mate. Ah, that's good. That's good. Good play. Okay. Well, again, we've lost a pawn. It's not the end of the world. Let's get this guy out of here. Defender, that's fine. Oh, doublage. I guess it's this. I'm gonna maybe castle by hand here. I don't really want to take there. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. They come here. Yeah, maybe it does make sense. This seems like just kind of a liability. Yeah, fine. That's okay. We're castling by hand. They've undoubled their rooks. I'm very happy with that. I thought the move there was to maybe build pressure along this gang, along this D file. They've kind of let us away with it. They've kind of given us enough time. Maybe we can double here. Do want to get the knight in the mix, and we can do so, or the rook, I should say. Yeah, we can do so like that. Bring this guy back here. We're still okay. Knight in here. I think we've got some good avenues. We can put our extra material to work. Yeah, it's fine. That's interesting. Not really. Yeah, let's just offer a trade. Let's just trade down. Yeah, that's fine. King in here. That's fine because he's defended. I only realized that afterwards, but that's neither here nor there. But I think we're gonna, well, as I say, never too late to throw it all away. But if I were to open this game, not knowing that we started with a very gently weird position, I would say we're doing great. This rook can be improved in any number of ways. This seems like a pretty easy way to get some material. Either this pawn or this pawn. Although, yeah, we don't want to lose sight of this. Maybe we want to do this first. Oh yeah, we don't lose anything by doing this. Yeah, I mean, look how awkward that is. In fact, should have just gone here. That boy's trapped. This is just the very worst place you can put your rook is hemmed in like this with your own material. Chaos, absolute carnage. I should have spotted this, but well, actually, I needed to move the king here anyway because other than that, he would just come here. But this a4 is going to trap the rook. Does that help? It does help, unfortunately. But we're going to do this anyway. Free stuff is free stuff. Now we've consolidated the full piece. And we're just hoovering up pawns. Like it's nobody's business. Great. No way to defend this. And then just charge this up the board. Easy pickings. Says the man about to blunder, I'm sure. But nah. I think we could blunder a lot of stuff here and it'd still be fine. Coming in here with check is going to be great. So and they've resigned. Okay, no, maybe not the cleanest finish off, but listen, we got to play that position twice in a row. Electrifying TV. But that is Freestyle Chess. Would encourage you to check out some of the masters and how they play this because it really does illustrate that. Yes, it helps in classical chess to have a huge wealth of opening knowledge. Of course, it couldn't not help, but there is still a huge joy in just looking at the board, looking at the pieces, understanding like the general principles of where you should put your pieces, how they should coordinate with each other, and how you can drive a small advantage into a big advantage into the end of the game. Just really fun, very much like engages the brain. If you're in a little bit of a chess lull, Freestyle Chess is a great place to just sharpen up and remember what you love about the game. That is a quick primer on Freestyle Chess. Feel free to play it. You can play it on chess.com. If you go to chess.com, you say play new. When you're picking the time, so if you're picking like 10 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever it is, there's a section at the bottom that says custom, and that's where you can select, it'll say standard, which is just standard chess. You click, there's like a drop down of all the variants you can play, and chess 960 is what you're looking for to play some freestyle chess. And I highly encourage you to do so. That is going to be all from me, folks. Feel free to subscribe and stick around for some more normal and freestyle chess content in the future. And most of all, enjoy your chess. Thanks.